In my previous video, I introduced the 4 different types of webinar platforms. Well, today it's time to get the hard hats on, because today we're going to dig down deep and we're going to help you find out which webinar platform is right for you. In this video, we're going to break down how each of the 4 webinar platforms compares against 5 criteria of importance to people who conduct webinars. The first of those criteria are reliability. The second, engagement features. Third, advanced marketing features. Fourth, familiarity to users. And the final category is pricing. Let's have a look at how each of the 4 webinar platforms compares against those 5 criteria. The first of our assessment criteria today is reliability. And the clear winner on the reliability front is the corporates platform. If you go with the corporates, you're very likely to have a very happy experience in terms of the reliability of the software that you choose. That isn't always the case. After all, we are dealing with the internet and some people have limited bandwidth. But the corporates does tend to be the go-to solution if reliability is the key criteria for you. Our second criteria today are engagement features. And for mine, there are 2 clear winners here. It's the corporates and the independents. All of their systems tend to have really good engagement features built into the programs. And that's important because it enables you as the webinar presenter to engage with your audience and to have real-time interactions with them. Google Plus Hangouts is not very good in this department. To have good engagement features in Google Plus Hangouts, you really need to rely upon bringing in some extra software and some add-ons to help you. That gets a little complicated. It's not always intuitive. Our third assessment criteria are advanced marketing features. The winner here are the wrappers. They've done a great job of taking the advanced marketing needs of their communities and integrating them into the software. Features like clickable call to action buttons and scarcity countdowns are very popular for organizations and people which have marketing functions and want to use webinars to drive sales. Google Plus Hangouts and the corporates are not so good in this area, but the independents, some of them are great as well. Our fourth criteria is familiarity. And put simply, a high percentage of webinar users will be familiar with 2 different types of platforms. One are the corporates. The corporates have such big reach and have been out there in the market for a long time that when they present themselves, when you're using registration pages from corporates, people will look at it, they'll be familiar with it, and they'll trust it. Also, a very significant percentage of people have used Google Plus Hangouts, so that's familiar to a lot of people as well.
Bring it home, baby! Bring it home!
Our final assessment criteria is price. Now, it's very easy to compare the price differentiations across the 4 different webinar platforms. Firstly, you've got the corporates, and their price is high. It's very high relative to other webinar platforms. So if you've got a compelling reason, then that's fine. If not, and you're not really turned on by the extra reliability and consistency and awareness of the corporates, then that could be a problem for you. On the opposite extreme, you've got Google Plus Hangouts, which is free, $0. You've got to like that. So here's the big question. What is the best webinar platform for you? It depends simply upon your preferences between the 5 assessment criteria we've looked at today, as to which ones are important to you and which are not, which are deal breakers and which would be maybe nice to haves. Also, there may be some very specific things about the different webinar platforms that you like and don't like that you need to factor into your decision. Now, I'm really excited to say that I've designed something to help you. Next to this video, you'll be able to download a webinar platforms guide. It's free. I've designed it to summarize everything that's been covered in the 2 videos I've conducted so far about webinar platforms. Including today's video, it will show you graphically the pros and cons for each of the 4 webinar platforms. It also includes a worksheet that will enable you to help identify which 1 or 2 of the webinar platforms might be the best choice for you. So download that using the link, it's free, and use it to your advantage. Hey, thanks for watching today's video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've appreciated you having on board to dig deep with me, and have an awesome day.